Now from Portland is Peter Bechtold. He is the former director of Near East and North Africa Studies at the Foreign Service Institute. Peter, why is Trump making this move and why now?
It's very difficult to know why President Trump makes any move. People believe that it was an effort to help Prime Minister Netanyahu in the upcoming elections. As a personal favor.
And we also know that Netanyahu is paying a visit to the United States next week. So the timing is curious around this, would you say?
It certainly is, yes. And apparently nobody else in the government knew anything about it. Even Secretary of State Mike Pompeo seemed to have been surprised, according to reports.
Does it make a difference if the U.S. is the only country that recognizes the Golan Heights? Pretty much the rest of the world does not. Then why would this be such a significant move?
Well, it sure does make a difference, because what I think will happen is it reduces even more the influence that the United States has in a future overhaul, comprehensive settlement of the various issues in the Middle East, the Arab-Israel conflict, the reconstruction of Syria once peace has arrived, and the larger problems in the area. And the U.S. used to be seen as a party that tilted towards Israel, but was available to bring some sort of justice to the Palestinian side. And President Trump's moves with the embassy relocation and now accepting something that the rest of the world does not accept seems to have taken the United States away from the table.
What does this do to the Middle East peace process that the Trump administration has apparently been working on?
Well, they claim that they have been working on it, and Jared Kushner, as you know, has been put in charge of it. But what has been revealed, allegedly, and there's nothing open that one can say, only what has been suggested in various publications, is that he's still learning about the Middle East because he knows very little about the area. And this is not very positive. Elaine, if I may say, I was in Golan, and I received a guided tour from the American military defense attaché, who had been a former student of mine. And the Golan is a strategic place in a traditional sense. If you have two bowling balls up there on the heights and you kick one north, it's going to roll all the way down to Damascus. You kick another one south, it's going to roll all the way down in the Sea of Galilee, also known as Lake Gennesaret. And the United States came so close to solving the Israel-Syrian crisis in the last weeks of the Clinton administration, after Christmas 2000 and before New Year. And of course, as you recall, President George W. Bush succeeded President Clinton, and in Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu succeeded Prime Minister Ehud Barak. And the chance for peace was that close, and it failed because the parties could not agree about access to the Sea of Galilee down below, the high water mark, the low water mark. And now Israel wants to take it all. This will not be acceptable to any Syrian government, the present one or the opposition one. And the United States will be left outside whatever peace conferences take place, I'm afraid.
So, Peter, if this decision by Trump goes against international law that is being reported, what happens next? Is there any recourse? Can the UN take action? Can Trump's advisors, as they've done in other instances in recent weeks, go back and kind of renege on what the president decided?
Well, the United Nations is one of the four parties to the Arab-Israel conflict resolution. And so they could say that this is a premature move. It should be a part of a final settlement if the parties were to agree. As I suggested a minute ago, if they could go back and pick up the pieces, from the end of the Clinton administration. That would be a great starting point. But what President Trump has done in his Twitter diplomacy is he's made it just about impossible for the United States to be taken seriously. I say that with deep regret. The argument that is presented by people who favor the Trump attitude towards Prime Minister Netanyahu is that it is all about Iran, that Iran is using Syria as a staging point for attacking Israel. This doesn't make any sense. The Golan Heights is a strategic spot, and when I received my briefing from the defense attaché, he pointed out you will never ever have a tank war because of the volcanic rocks that are strewn all over the heights. They would eat up and destroy the tanks, he explained to me. It is something that technical experts have to resolve.
Peter?
Not a person by Twitter.
Peter, we are out of time, unfortunately. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it.